Hi, today we're going to draft a pattern directly on fabric for a simple yet elegant shift dress. It's a loose-fitting, long-sleeve dress with a beautiful puff effect at the wrist, perfect for both beginners and experienced sewers alike. I'm using a size 38, and the fabric is a vibrant African print. You can make this dress in many types of fabric, which I'll talk about as we go. I styled the dress with a matching beret-style hat using the same fabric, and the whole outfit turned out so stylish and expressive. I actually made this for my daughter for Cultural Day at school, and I thought this blend of modern silhouette and traditional fabric was the perfect representation. Simple, elegant, and full of identity. Make sure to watch the video until the end to get the size chart that will help you determine your size, which ranges from size 36 to 56, so that you can draft a pattern for yourself. Here is the template for the dress. It includes the front, back, and the sleeves. We'll draft step by step. Let's go ahead and do that, shall we? For this project, you'll need craft paper, ruler, scissors, French curve, marker pens, tracing wheel, tape measure, and sellotape to secure paper on the table. Fabric to buy, and fabric size required for every size is included in the description below. Let's get started. I'm drafting directly on fabric today, but you can also make a paper pattern first if you prefer. I also made a matching beret to go with the outfit. If you'd like the pattern, let me know. So, we'll start by folding the fabric into 4. Begin by drawing a horizontal line as the baseline. This line serves as a foundation for aligning other measurements, ensuring accuracy in shaping the pattern. This is really where we begin with our measurements. On the baseline, mark 1/4 bust all the way down. Let it start at the top. This type of dress is called a shift dress, meaning it falls straight from the shoulders with no waist shaping. It's very comfortable and, honestly, suits many body types. When choosing fabric, think of something with a light structure, but that also breathes well. Ankara works beautifully, but you can also use cotton, poplin, linen, rayon, or crepe depending on your climate. Now, from the baseline, mark the dress length on both sides and connect the dots to form a rectangle. I'm drafting directly on fabric today, but you can also make a paper pattern first if you prefer. And I'll also show you how I drafted the puff sleeve using a simple method, super beginner-friendly. If you'd like, you can even adapt this into a sleeveless dress, or make it longer for a more formal version. Mark the armhole depth vertically from the baseline to the upper bust line and connect the dots. On the baseline, mark the neck depth. Still on the baseline, mark the shoulder width. Mark the shoulder drop. Draw the new slanted shoulder line. Now let's talk about fabric, because the kind of fabric you choose really affects the final look and feel of your dress. Shape the front neck depth. I wanted a V neckline, but I later changed my mind to a round neck. For this one, I'm using Ankara or African print fabric. It's bold, structured, and perfect for cultural events. But if you're sewing along and don't have Ankara, don't worry. You've got options. Now draw a line from the shoulder to the upper bust for the armhole. On the armhole depth line, find the center. So, let's widen our dress at the hem. Measure the side seam and, well, connect the dots from the upper bust, where the armhole is, all the way down to the new hemline. You can use cotton poplin or even lightweight denim if you want something with a bit of body. But if you prefer something softer and more flowy, go for rayon, viscose, or a linen blend fabric. These will give the dress a looser drape that, honestly, moves beautifully. Just remember, because this is a shift dress with no gathers at the waist or underbust, the fabric needs to hold its shape a bit so it doesn't look too flat. So if you're after something breathable and easy to wear, pick natural fibres like cotton or linen. And if you want a more elegant version for evening wear, you can even try crepe or lightweight jacquard. The pattern is versatile enough for all these fabrics. Now mark 1 centimetre down the armhole and shape the armhole. Then mark 1.5 centimetres inwards for the front armhole. This applies to all sizes. For the back armhole, mark 0.5 centimetre inwards, again for all sizes. All right, let's shape the back armhole. Next, go ahead and mark the back neck depth. Now, just connect the dots to shape the back neckline. And there we have it. We are done with the front and back. Oh, remember to add seam allowance. This is the extra space between your stitch line and the edge of the fabric, usually about 1 centimetre on armholes, 1 to 1.5 centimetres on straight seams, and 0.5 centimetre on the neckline. It gives you room to sew and helps your dress fit correctly without cutting into your measurements. So let's add the seam allowances. We're going to start with the back pattern. For the shoulder, add 1 centimetre. On the neckline, it's 0.5 centimetre. For the armhole, add 1 centimetre as well. Use your French curve ruler to draw the line. For the side seam, you'll want to allow 1 centimetre. And for the hem, make sure to leave 3 centimetres, which is about 1.18 inches. Now, let's cut the back pattern first. When you're cutting your pattern, always follow the grain line of the fabric. That just means the long threads of the fabric should run in the same direction as your body. This keeps the dress from twisting out of shape. Use sharp fabric scissors and, try not to lift the fabric too much as you cut. It really helps to keep everything flat for accuracy. If you're cutting on folded fabric, double check that your fold is straight. Any shift can make your dress uneven. And of course, cut slowly and follow your markings carefully, especially around the neckline and sleeve curves. Remove the back and keep it aside. It's the inner one without the chalk markings. We are left with the front. Now, let's talk about the pattern itself. Because, some of you might be used to printed PDF patterns. The method we're using here is actually quite similar. You'll still follow a size guide, but instead of printing a pattern, we're drafting it directly onto the fabric or paper. And honestly, the best part, you can customize it right as you go. Forget struggling with fixed sizes. When it comes with graded patterns, you are able to mix and match measurements. So, for example, if your bust is size 38 but your hips are 42, you can create a pattern that fits your unique body shape perfectly. Again, if you want to make your dress a little longer or maybe shorter, or if you prefer a deeper neckline or a different sleeve length, you can do that instantly while drafting. You don't have to adjust after cutting like you would with a PDF pattern. That's the beauty of this approach. You're in control, and it really helps you grow your understanding and practice how garments are shaped, not just stitched together. So don't worry if you're new, just choose your size after you take your body measurements and follow the measurements I give you, and draft along. You'll get better with every project, honestly. Now cut 1 centimetre for the front armhole. Add seam allowance to the front neckline. It didn't look so nice with a V-neck, so I'll adjust that to my liking. Sleeve drafting. Fold the fabric in 2. We want to cut 2 sleeves. We'll start with a baseline. On the baseline, find the center and mark the sleeve length. Draw a center line. For size 38, the sleeve length is 60 centimeters, but I've reduced it to 48 centimeters. That's my preference. You can do the same. Mark the bicep measurements on the baseline and on the wrist line too, then connect the dots. From the baseline, mark the cap height. Draw a line. We want to shape the sleeve head, front and back. Draw lines to shape. On each line, divide by 2 and label the front side and the back side. pattern, we're going to add an elastic band to shape the cuff and reduce its size later. Fold the fabric 4 times. Cut the cuff and add seam allowance. So, you'll want to measure your neckline measurements to cut a bias tape, or you can use interfacing instead. Again, it's really your choice. As always, I've provided a size chart at the end of this video. Use it to find the right size for your pattern project, but after you've taken your body measurements. If you have any questions about drafting any part, drop them in the comments. I'd love to help. To make a dress like this, a loose-fitting, straight-cut shift dress with puff sleeves and a matching beret hat, you'll want a fabric that holds a bit of structure to keep the shape of the sleeves and beret. It should also have enough drape to allow the dress to fall nicely without clinging. And, of course, it shouldn't be too stiff, so it's comfortable for movement. Here are 5 great fabric options. Cotton twill, medium weight, structured but breathable, perfect for everyday wear. It holds the sleeve shape well, is easy to sew, and is available in many colours. Good for casual and semi-formal versions. Linen blend, soft with natural texture, gives a breezy, relaxed look. It's breathable, slightly structured, and just perfect for warm weather. Great for minimalist, elegant versions. Poplin, whether cotton poplin or a polyester blend. Lightweight but crisp, with a smooth surface. It holds its shape nicely without being stiff, so it's good for a clean, neat finish and sharp puff sleeves. Medium-weight crepe flows well without being clingy and has a slight texture. It's a bit more dressy, so it's suitable for formal wear or workwear, and good for stylish versions with soft movement. And finally, tencel or rayon twill, sustainable, soft, with a fluid drape and moderate structure. It's very comfortable and elegant, yet still tailors well, making it perfect for a modern, eco-conscious style. Now I'd love to hear from you. What kind of fabric would you use to make this dress? And would you keep the puff sleeve or try a sleeveless version? Let me know in the comments.